guys, welcome to Let's Simmer Down with, a show where I interview awesome people from the Sims community. And today on the show, we have one of the rare breeds of simmers, a male. What?
Whoa.
It's Iron Seagull. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. And thanks for taking the time to sit down and answer some questions for the watchers out there.
No worries.
So let's start this by asking you, well, tell me a little bit about you. Who is Iron Seagull?
So, my real name is Julian, and I'm 24, and I have a degree in communications. I actually studied overseas in Australia, which was pretty awesome, and I've been a gamer since I was like 4 years old, playing Mickey 123 on the computer, so I have a huge history with video games.
Wow, that is pretty cool. Where'd you go abouts in Australia?
I studied on the Gold Coast, so that's like about an hour away from Brisbane.
Nice. Wow, that must have been a very cool experience.
Oh yeah, it absolutely was.
And how did you get into The Sims?
So basically, this was like when I was 11 years old. One of my childhood friends, I was over at her place, and she was like, "Hey, I got this really cool new computer game called The Sims. You want to see?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So she showed me the game and how it works, and she let me play it for a little bit. And at first, I kind of got the impression that it was kind of your like run-of-the-mill role-playing games. It's like, yeah, you make your own characters, level them up in their careers and skills and such. But then, like at the time, House Party was out, so there was a couple of expansions. And when I made my sim use the mechanical bull, that's kind of when it hit me, and I realized, hey, this Sims is something special. It's about having fun too. It's not just about level grinding and that sort of thing.
Right.
So, yeah, that's how it all began for me.
Wow, aren't you glad you had a friend to show you that?
Yeah.
And for those who might not know, tell me a little bit about your channel. What type of videos can we find there?
So on my channel, I do mainly Sims videos, and I do a lot of different stuff, actually. Like, I started doing Let's Plays, but I've also branched out into doing various showcases, from custom worlds to custom content as well, which is really fun. And I also do reviews on store sets as well, and also occasional updates on Sims 4 news.
Yeah, cool. So basically you go out and find people's custom content, or do they go to you and say, hey, can you showcase my stuff?
Nobody's really asked me to showcase their stuff yet, so so far it's just been stuff I've found on Tumblr, and I'm like, oh wow, I really like this. And there's some content I've done, like the working horse trailer, where I'm like, this definitely needs to, word definitely needs to get out there about that stuff, because it's really unique and actually adds to the game too. So yeah, it's been entirely my choice so far.
Wow, nice. I didn't even know about that one. I need to check out that video.
Yeah, that was the second one I did. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Cool. So you do Let's Plays about The Sims, and so out of all of your Sims, which one of you always preferred playing with, and why?
Oh man, that's a difficult question. It's like making me choose between my theoretical children, because I don't have any children. I'm not married either. So, but I guess I would say probably Alice Radford, who is a witch who first made her debut in my Dragon Valley Rivals Let's Play, and then found new life in my Island Paradise Let's Play, which is still going because yeah, so since she's a witch, she has those perks that make her a bit more fun to play with, where you can like freeze over Sims or just like generally cause chaos. And also that she's kind of been like the most important character in my Let's Play so far, because I basically have this thing where I call it the Sim universe, where it connects all my Let's Plays together. If you have seen like the Avengers and all the Marvel movies, then you have a really good idea of where I'm going with that. So yeah, Alice has been a key player in that, and hopefully she comes back in The Sims 4 at some point. So hopefully Supernatural expansion at some point.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that would be nice. Although maybe we'll have to wait a little bit for that. We'll have to wait until toddlers are being brought in a game, but that's another topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your personal favorite series of yours?
I would probably say Roaring Heights, because like I was really excited for that world, and it's turned out to be my favorite EA made world for The Sims 3, and it was just a really fun Let's Play to do, and it went on so much longer than I expected. I thought, oh, okay, maybe it'll be like my other Store World Let's Plays, which ended up being 13 parts, but
Oh.
no, with Roaring Heights, it ended up being so much longer because I was just so into it. I was like, no, I got more to explore. There's more I want to do. So, yeah, I think I would say Roaring Heights, although each and every series has been fun to do in their own ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's hard to choose.
Yeah.
And do you have more plans for your YouTube channel? More series? Do you want to do legacy challenges, or are you kind of waiting for The Sims 4 for that?
So there's one more big series that I want to do for The Sims 3, and that's going to be my Sims 3 All-Stars Let's Play, which is basically going to involve most, if not all of my families from my previous Sims 3 Let's Plays coming back, living together in one world. So
Whoa.
that is going to be huge, and I don't know if I'll have enough time to do it, but I also want to do a mini series on this current household I did about a month ago called the Golf Squad, which is a big part of my Sim universe as well. But time will tell. But I definitely need to do this All Star series first.
Oh, wow. So you'll definitely, will you be ending this before The Sims 4 comes out, or?
Yeah, absolutely, because there will be continuity between The Sims 3 and The Sims 4 as well. It's not going to just like reset and start all over. There is going to be some characters continuing their stories and stuff like that. So yeah,
Oh.
it's going to be really cool to see how this all culminates. So yeah, all my Sims 3 stuff is probably going to end with The Sims 4. I might still do like some occasional custom content and world showcases if something really good
Uh-huh.
happens or comes out. But yeah, it's mostly going to be focused on The Sims 4 when that game comes out.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So your favorite Sims game and expansion?
I would say overall, as much as I like The Sims 1, The Sims 3 would be my favorite. And my favorite expansion pack would be The Sims 3 Seasons because that's kind of the expansion pack that really assured me that The Sims still had it and that they still care about the fans and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
because they brought back weather, which was fantastic, but they also put in some really fun new things like the festivals, which I'm really gonna miss a lot in The Sims 4 for sure.
Oh yeah. You're really
Yeah.
liking the festival. See, that's one thing that I didn't really get into. I don't know why. It's weird.
Yeah, because even though I don't really like build a lot, one of the things I do like doing sometimes is editing the festival lots and adding more like expansion pack content and stuff to make
Ah,
the festival lots even more fun because that's a place where all Sims can hang out, not just like a few Sims in a house or something like that.
right, right. So we were talking about The Sims 4. So what are your thoughts about it? Are you excited?
Okay, so yeah, this
It's a
is quite
mix of
interesting.
emotion.
And it's funny because someone was joking earlier about how it's like, oh, emotions, and I was like, oh, it all makes sense now because, yeah, very recently we learned that toddlers and pools will not be in the base game of The Sims 4, which caused a lot of rage on Twitter, and appropriately so. And I would say overall, I am still excited for The Sims 4. It doesn't break the game for me, but I am a little less excited than I was a few
Mm.
weeks ago. But I
Oh,
think it's still going to be a good game. I think it's still going to be overall better than The Sims 3. They're doing some things right, especially with The Sims themselves. But
yeah.
yeah, it'll just take a little bit of time for the game to get better again, just like The Sims 3, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, hopefully this week or the week after we'll learn a few things that is going to change your mind or make you more excited about it. Because for the people who don't know, we're recording this in the past. This episode will air. I was gonna say after Canada Day, but not everyone is Canadian, so it's gonna air on Friday the 5th.
Okay.
Friday the 4th. Sorry. Oh, so the 4th is actually the 4th of July for the Americans out there. So,
That's good. It's still a holiday.
yeah. So, anyways, up until then, I hope that we have good news, especially in relation to the toddlers being in the game at, a very early stage of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so another question I had for you was, what would you like to see more of in the Sims community? Not the game, but the community itself.
Okay, so yeah, I've thought about this in the past, and I think I would just like to see a little bit more balance in terms of age groups, and because yeah, like I was kind of surprised going into the whole Twitter community that it's very much dominated by teenagers. I mean, there's nothing wrong with teenagers, but it's just that I'd like a little bit more balance where there'd be like more older simmers and more guys as well. I think
Mm-hmm.
there need to be more guy simmers as well because more balance is always good. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think that's hopefully The Sims 4 will bring more guys back to The Sims. That would be great.
Yeah, because you're one of the rare breeds out there, a guy who plays The Sims.
Yeah.
Why do you think guys are less inclined to play it? Do you think it's to your advantage, to your disadvantage when it comes to your channel and stuff like that?
Yeah, so this is one thing I've thought about a lot too as a guy. So I think that stereotype still exists out there, maybe to a lesser extent, but still a strong thing is that if you're a guy gamer, you have to be like, dude, bro, and play Call of Duty and lots of like action games with lots of like explosions and
Yeah.
sexy girls and all that stuff. So if it's like, oh, the guy plays The Sims, that they're not masculine. I
Hmm.
think that's mostly why it is because yeah, I guess a lot of guys just like playing more action-oriented games, not more slow-paced games where they have a sandbox to create their stuff. So
Right.
yeah, unfortunately, I think that's just how it is, and I'm not sure how much that will change in the future.
Yeah.
And as to whether it's an advantage or disadvantage when it comes to my channel, that's a pretty interesting question because if you had asked me that question like at the beginning of the year, I would have just straight up said massive, massive disadvantage because I have noticed that female simmers definitely tend to overall do a lot better than male simmers on YouTube. But recently, my channel has started growing a lot faster, so
Mm.
it's very well possible that it could be actually working to my positive advantage now, even though it seemed to be a disadvantage for a year. But yeah, I think it could be turning around now. So I
That's
guess
good.
time will tell.
Yeah. So you think maybe the difference between being a male simmer and a female simmer would be like your channel might take a while to start up, but then kind of plummet up.
I think
Plummet up
so. That
fast.
could be the case. I mean, I've seen that same thing happen because, yeah, YouTube, when it comes down to it, you can try and throw as much logic at it as possible, but it does seem kind of random when it comes down to it. Like, I have seen some female simmers too, where they just, yeah, there's been quite a few that have blown up instantly,
Mm.
but there's also some that have taken like a year or more to get really popular too. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's still pretty random. You can throw some factors into it, which makes sense, but yeah, YouTube is kind of random,
Yeah, it is.
unfortunately.
Well, a good thing is that you put very good quality content and it's fun and you're funny as well. So people get, they get, I was going to say attached to your video, but that's not the right word to use. They get addicted to it, I guess. So do you think comedy is a big part of your videos and should stay there?
Yeah, it's like as I've gone on, I feel more and more comfortable talking to a microphone. So
Mm.
it has like more of my personality has come out over the past year, which is fantastic in my opinion. And I think it is part of what drives my channel as well. Because yeah, I've been getting a lot of comments recently saying, "Wow, like yeah, you're a really funny simmer and you deserve more." And all that stuff. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think comedy is a big part of my channel. And, I mean, even look at the successful YouTubers like PewDiePie. He's the most successful YouTuber, and
Yeah.
comedy is a huge part of his videos as well. So
Yeah, that's true.
I think it is important if that is part of your personality. Like, don't try to twist your personality in a way that's not you because people will pick up on it. So
Yeah,
if you're
definitely.
naturally funny, then absolutely go for it.
Hmm.
Because yeah, like I, especially in my thumbnails too, some of the recent ones, like in my Sims 4 ones, the kind of like venting disappointment, and my Sonic the Hedgehog ones as well. It's
Yeah.
kind of a turn for the goofy, and I feel very happy about it.
Yeah, you just throw stuff that you're happy about and basically people are going to love it because you're loving it. So it just shows, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So, actually, my last question I had for you was what tips or advice would you give to someone who is starting their own sim videos?
Okay, so oh man, I could go on for a while about this, but I guess the main points is that like try to have a middle ground when you're starting to record. Like don't record on a really terrible laptop that where the game looks like Microsoft Paint or something like that. But
Microsoft Paint.
try to have something that's at least somewhat pleasant to look at. And also, I realize that getting like a decent gaming computer is very expensive, but you could actually, since sound is really important, a lot of people kind of like underestimate how important audio is. And I know that very well as a videographer in real life too. So you could maybe try going for sound first because that's a lot cheaper as well. Because I'm using the Blue Snowball, and it's it's very well priced, and it delivers really good quality, almost like studio level. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would suggest at the very least getting a good mic because it's surprising how different someone can sound if they don't have a good mic.
Oh,
And
yeah.
another big thing is try not to get discouraged too much when someone who starts later than you does better than you, because that was a huge issue for me until
Oh, yeah.
recently. So just try to like remember like why you started in the first place. Like the reason I started doing YouTube on a serious basis was to give back to this community that's given me so much over the years. So that was like one of the things that really kept me going, and just the fun of doing YouTube videos.
So don't do it for the views or subscribers or, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a huge bonus, and it's really encouraging when people comment on your videos and you get a lot of subscribers and stuff. But try not to let the numbers influence you too much.
That's very good tip.
Yeah, because it can go both ways. Like some people have changed because of numbers like doing well, and some people have changed because they didn't do well. So just try to remain in the middle.
Yeah, keep a good balance.
Yeah.
And if anyone would want to reach you and ask you for tips, could they do that? And where could they do that at?
I would say I know a lot of people have given the same answer, but it holds true for me too. Twitter is definitely the best way to get in touch with me, especially with the YouTube inbox. It can be filled with a lot of spam and lots of people sending me the most random videos. It's like, what?
Really?
But
Aw.
yeah, so Twitter is probably the best way to reach me, and especially since I'm on Twitter quite a lot. Some people have been like, "Whoa, does Julian sleep?" But, trust me, I do sleep around
With
6
his
hours.
phone, with his
But,
phone is in his hands.
but yeah, Twitter is definitely the best way to reach me.
Wow, it seems like most of the simmers are mostly reachable on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm really glad I got Twitter because I was really against the concept of Twitter at first, like about a year ago, because I was like, what's the point of Twitter? It's like Facebook, except slimmed down because of the character limit. But then once I got into it, I realized just how useful it is.
Yeah, especially that you can get in contact really easily with the sim gurus and, other people from the Sims community. So that's a big plus.
Yeah, that was a huge incentive for me to join Twitter too, outside of my YouTube channel. Yeah, that probably was the biggest thing, so that I could like actually have direct contact with like SimGuru Bram and SimGuru Sarah and the rest of them, because yeah, that's just awesome how they do that.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, those were the questions I had for you. Thank you so much for answering them.
You're welcome. It was fun.
And did you have anything else you'd want to say to the listeners out there or anything?
I'm not really too sure, but thank you for listening to this interview, and thank you for having me on the show. And be sure to look forward to my Sims 4 Let's Play, because people have been asking me about that, and yes, I am definitely doing one. So yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome.
That's excellent. Thank you so much. And to the listeners out there, thanks a lot for watching this interview. And if you'd want to see your favorite simmer on the show, leave a comment below and I'll try to contact them for you. So thanks again, either Iron Seagull or Julian. I don't know what to call you.
You can call me either one. It doesn't matter.
Well, thanks a lot. And I'll catch you around in the Sims community.
Bye, everyone.
What? What the fridge?